Once upon a time, there was an old king who ruled over a prosperous kingdom. He had no children of his own, and was worried about who would take the throne after he passed away. He wanted to make sure that the kingdom would be in good hands. So he decided to search for a worthy person to rule after him. The king sent out a call to all the people in the kingdom, inviting them to come and prove their worthiness to rule. Many people came forward, but none of them seemed quite right to the king. He was looking for someone who was wise, just, and compassionate. Just when the king had almost given up hope, a young peasant named Thomas came to the palace. Thomas was not rich or powerful, but he was a kind and honest person. The king was impressed by Thomas's wisdom and compassion, and decided to test him further. The first challenge was a test of Thomas's wisdom. The king presented him with a complex legal case involving a dispute between two neighboring villages. Thomas listened carefully to both sides of the argument, and carefully weighed the evidence. After much consideration, he proposed a solution that was fair to both villages, and satisfied the king that Thomas had the wisdom to rule. The second challenge was a test of Thomas's justice. The king presented him with a moral dilemma involving a group of bandits who had been terrorizing a nearby town. Thomas had to decide whether to show mercy to the bandits or to order their execution. Thomas carefully considered the matter and decided that the bandits should be given a fair trial and punished according to the law. The king was impressed with Thomas's sense of justice and his ability to balance mercy and punishment. The third challenge was a test of Thomas's compassion. The king presented him with a famine that was affecting the kingdom. The king asked Thomas to come up with a plan to feed the people and help them recover from the disaster. Thomas came up with a plan that involved not only providing food, but also helping the people to rebuild their homes and their livelihoods. He also proposed to set up a support system to help people in need. The king was moved by Thomas's compassion and his ability to think of the long-term well-being of his people. The king was overjoyed and declared Thomas as his successor. The people of the kingdom welcomed Thomas as their new king, and he ruled justly and compassionately for many years.